Is this light good, or does it look kind of bad? I mean, first of all, I gotta sit up, scoot back. So, this is episode 9, Blood Money. That's the title of it. It's episode 9, titled Blood Money, Breaking Bad. Um, I can't. Okay, I have to say this. This is on my mind, so I have to say this. Why is it that other TV shows and even movies, why haven't they taken a page from the creators of this series and just duplicated it? Not, and I'm not saying idea for idea, word for word, but at least put the amount of effort that they put into this as you would something else. There's no reason for horrible entertainment to be in our universe if something like this has existed. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say this is the best thing ever because I haven't seen everything. Just had to get that off my chest. Now, I'm gonna try and give an overview of this episode. So it's a continuation of the last episode. Um, I guess it would be considered brunch or lunch. I don't know, one of the two. Walt was having with the in-laws. Stopped abruptly. Hank has found a piece of evidence that basically makes him. It does several things. So him finding his books in him this. Okay, let me slow down. With Hank finding this book in Walt's home with similar handwriting to connected to a murder and a case that he's basically been obsessed with for the entire length of the series. Finding a book with similar handwriting and solving a mystery that probably ate at him. Who was WW? Walt Whitman. That's his name? Oh, no, it's Walter White. I'm sorry, not Walt White. I apologize. It's Walter White. Can you believe that? That in itself is a bombshell, and it's placed well within this final season. You know, we're cooking on 10 episodes here. It's placed well. It's not necessarily a slow burn. It's a beautiful ramp up. So you have that to do when Hanks pretty much can't take it, and he like, crashes his vehicle, and light crash. Basically decides to devote himself again to the case. He's looking at all the evidence so he can make sure that what he's found is what he has found and that it's true. Now, I'm just gonna try and break it up like they did with Pinkman. Pinkman, oh, and I have to say this: the quality of camera that they're using, and the angles that they're able to, the angles that they're using have been enriched by the quality or the technology that's been put into these cameras that they're using currently in these particular episodes. That adds volumes, so much more to the experience of watching to the experience of watching this episode. I'm having trouble getting it out because I'm like on the edge of my seat, kinda. Uh, I feel like binging the rest of the episodes tonight, but I'm a working stiff. Gotta go to work in the morning, so I'm gonna try and finish this, and I'm gonna go to sleep so excited. Tomorrow is another day. I'm gonna go to sleep so excited. I can't wait to see what happens. Where was I? Oh yeah. So Pinkman, he tries to get rid of the money. Now I feel like he was on the edge, kinda. I feel like he was on the edge, kinda, for a second. My dog is really. She wants me to pet her so bad. There she goes. There she goes. There she goes. That's all she wants. Somebody to pet her. That's all she ever wants is somebody just to pet her. That's it. So, I'm trying to think there. What should I say? What was I at? So, He's not gonna start till she gets pet. Okay, so I was thinking about Pinkman, right? Pinkman. Yeah, he. I feel like in the previous episode they showed the side. They showed where he was at mentally, and he was pretty much uh, uh like straddling the fence, if you will. Um, his character has pretty much been at suicide's door several times in this series, and I think he's back in that particular place again. I mean, the guilt of the things he's had to do, and so far in this series, is just eating his character up. And on top of that, Mr. White has decided to quit the game. Mr. White decided to quit the game, and before he did that, he kind of felt bad, so he decided to finally give Pinkman what he was owed. But the way Pinkman's character is, the littlest thing, anything that can remind him of what he's been through, what he's done, or just push him over the edge. And of course, that's what happens when he's handed $5 million. He wants to get rid of it as quickly as possible. Now, the parties that he decides deserve it, maybe Mike's granddaughter, maybe that, but it's the lawyer, Saul. He pretty much talks some sense to him. Like, doesn't make any sense to give her that money because she's being, she's under microscope still, which is understandable. Now he wants to give money to the family of the kid who went missing. It's understandable too. But again, the lawyer comes in with the voice of reason. They don't want the money. They want to know what happened to their kid. Oh yeah, most likely he was shot, dismembered, and put in acid. Yeah, that happened. So again, we leave Pinkman, and then what do I want to do now? Oh God, the biggest bombshell of them all. Things are starting to compound because Walt's cancer has came back. He was in remission for a while, and then it came back. So I don't know what to say to that. I just don't know what to say to that. It helps add it helps to add, not tension. I'm not looking. It's not tension. It helps to add. It helps to unsettle the viewer because I'm unsettled now, and knowing that his cancer's back, and knowing that Hank has basically stumbled upon something he's been looking for forever. And then, okay, we have that to deal with. But I'm going to leave that alone for right now. But now we're going to take a look at the fact that the Fiji lady that was involved basically since the beginning of this season in reestablishing a connection for the key and component of the meth, and also the only reason Walt was able to make a large quantity of money within the last couple episodes was because of her. She comes back, hey, I need you to come back and help out. He's like, no, I'm done. I'm not doing it no more. I say, no. I'm pretty sure this is gonna boil over and something bad is gonna come from it. I'm 100% sure something like that's gonna happen. Okay, now we have that. Okay, now let's see what else. Let's see what else we got going on. So, with that in mind, she's poking around, and Walt's wife steps up to the plate. She's like, "Hey," she gets tough with her. You don't come back here ever again. Where's that gonna go? That's interesting. Okay. In a moment that I wasn't really expecting, it comes. The confrontation or the meeting between Hank and Walt. They both look begrizzled, if that's a word. They both look very rugged, but not in a lumberjack clone commercial type way or something like that. They both look like they've been put through the ringer. They both look like they're not having the best of time. They get a chance to meet. Hank punches him in the face because he's 100% sure at this point that Walt is Heisenberg. Can you believe that? He's finally figured it out after 5 seasons. He's finally figured it out. This is the moment. I'm I'm like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I'm speechless. I think I was holding my breath actually. What's gonna happen? They've already had this conversation. Oh my god! And I have to commend the writers. Oh, they know how to. So it's I think it's a team effort. The writers and the actors themselves come together, and I think I've said this 100,000 times. What the writers put on a piece of paper for those actors to act or to read, the actors do a fantastic job of bringing that to life. Walt's last words to Hank is no. The last back and forth they have is Hank says, "I don't even know who you are," and it's delivered perfectly. He's barely breathing, barely speaking. I don't even know who you are. Okay, that's my that's my impression of his acting skills. Now he does that, and Walt says, "If you don't know if you don't know who I am, you should tread lightly." It's something like that. I think I butchered it, but you get the idea. He basically just told on himself right there. Yeah, I am Heisenberg, and if you don't know that by now, if you think you're gonna come over here and just take my kids away and throw me in jail, you got another thing coming. Because Hank lists off all the crimes and all the major crimes that Walt has a connection, that this case has a connection to, and Walt was responsible for the majority of them, if I can remember correctly. So what's going to happen now? I can't wait to see.